Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we have some amazing news coming down. I know we just did an update in news, but we got confirmation of something today that I wanted to make sure to share with you guys right away, as well as add a couple of other things onto it that has also been released. So without further ado, let's get into the awesome news. So we finally have the information we've been waiting for. VR is finally coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it is coming in 4 days. That's right, December 22nd's update. This is update 2 for the simulator, is finally launching with VR. It's going to be supporting Windows Mixed Reality, Oculus, and Steam VR, which means any of you Pimax users will also be supported. In the app, you'll also be able to set your IPD, which is recommended, obviously, with anything in VR, as we want to make sure that we're getting the best focus that we can get. So options are all available there. They have both the HP reverb has been what was used to do the testing with. So your higher end VR headsets are going to work just fine. Pimax, obviously, with the 8K and 5K pluses, will be supported through the Steam VR, Windows Mixed Reality, Oculus. Now they haven't said whether Oculus is supported natively through its own software or if we have to use the Steam VR through it, but that's something that obviously will come down the pipeline. The VR is absolutely looking amazing. It looks like the performance was designed around a lot of the mishaps, or I shouldn't say mishaps, things that were missing in previous simulators, as far as, for example, the cursor is a 3D cursor actually integrated into the VR headset, so you don't have to worry about it looking really funky as some of the other cursors have in other simulators. All the windows are dockable. You can actually drag them, move them to a specific location, and they will stay there. Not only can you do that, but you can actually resize all of the windows, and if you left click and hold the window, you can use your mouse wheel to change the depth, so you can actually push the window in and out. So for example, you could take your just throwing one out here, the weather options, and pin it to the dashboard. So again, December 22nd, VR comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So stoked. Stay tuned for more. And moving forward on our list today, Fly-by-Wire is at it once again, and they have released a new stable version for the A32NX mod, and that is going to be stable version 5.0. And you guys can find it on their GitHub, as always, or by using the downloader. If you guys are interested in what the actual patch notes are, you can find them down here, or on the link listed in the description down below, and it will take you to this page, and you guys are welcome to check over all of the patch notes. However, it is quite substantial. Once again, they're continuing just to make this aircraft absolutely fantastic, but that's not all. Let me show you the next piece of what they have added. Now, it is very important to remember with this next piece, this is the unstable development version of the A32NX. So think of it as like the alpha, all right? But I wanted to show this to you guys so you guys understand what is coming and how fantastic these guys are doing with this aircraft. I mean, just amazing job, amazing features that are coming to it, and they're just getting better and better. So one of the things that typically happens in a real world environment is the flight plan is actually loaded via data link from the company. Okay, so now the pilots will still absolutely go through the OFP manually and verify that all of the waypoints and fixed points are correct. However, typically by the time they get to the plane, or load the flight plan from the MCDU, the flight plan is actually downloaded from the company, right? So it'd be very similar to you have a dispatcher in, I don't know, Simbrief, and they send your flight plan versus you having to type it in. Well, Fly-by-Wire is working on that, so Merry Christmas. Let's check this out. If we jump into the seat here, you can see I already got the plane started up here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and clear the alert there, and we're going to go into our options menu, go into our AOC here, and look what we got here. Type in our Simbrief username. So in our case, it's going to be Overkill Productions. Now I have already created a Simbrief flight plan. Let me show you guys here. And it's just real simple like we've been doing with the dock. It's just, you know, from Tucson over to LAX just to see what happens here. Okay, now we hit return. And go to our FMGC. Oh, we're in the options menu, sorry. Now we can go to our FMGC. You go to our Nvme, and right here, sorry, go to the initialization page and initialization request. We're going to give that a tap. KTUS to KLAX, American Airlines 4312, alternate route, Ontario, cost index is 5. Cruise altitude 380. Now, even though that is ridiculously high, we're not going to ever fly at 38,000 feet going to Los Angeles, but let's check something out here. All right, so American Airlines, flight number 4312. We're obviously in A320. There's our call sign matching up. Origin, destination, alternate route, flight level 380. Let's check what our cost index is. I'm kind of curious. Let's see, it's come down here. Cost index of 5. It is all in there for you. Now, I am kind of curious, and we can go ahead and just click that down, clear that out. And if we go to our flight plan, let's just go ahead and verify it now. So we're going to pop up here, go to plan, and let's scroll down to Tucson. Now, it looks like the only thing that we're going to have to enter is our departure and arrivals. Okay, which makes sense when you think about it, because you're not going to get that from an OFP. Even though ours generates one, air traffic control is actually who gives you the your final departure and arrival. They determine. So, all of this information can change. Your company knows you're going from Tucson to Los Angeles, but ATC is the ones who decides how you enter and leave their airspace. At the end of the day, it's not up to the company. The company can give you whatever SID or star you want, but at the end of the day, ATC is the one who decides if you actually get it. So once again, to say the least, the fly-by-wire team continues just to blow me away. They're doing fantastic work, guys. Make sure that you guys are supporting them in any way that you can. Donations, whatever it may be. Sorry for smacking the mic there. I talk a lot with my hands when I get excited. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to testing this out. Again, this is their alpha release, is the best way to describe it. It is their unstable development release, but it is something that I'm absolutely willing to take the risk to try out. We'll do a couple videos on it. Once it moves to the development version, at least, I will add it to our A32NX guide that I have created. By the way, folks, if you're interested in learning the A320, please check out the description down below by either donating to the PayPal site, $10 or more, or subscribing to the Patreon at tier 2 or above. You guys get access to my A320 guide, which is a step-by-step guide on literally creating your flight plan all the way into shutting the aircraft down at your destination. It walks you through everything step by step, with more content coming to it as more becomes available. Patreon is the way I recommend, guys, just because of the fact that coming forward, I have already started work on a TBM 930 guide with the same principles, which also will include a guide for the G3000. Those two are being made in tandem, side by side, because of the nature of the way the two systems work. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to just a couple other things I think that I've got for you guys, and then we'll wrap up today's video. Next on today's list is something that I have been enjoying flying around quite a bit lately, and that is the DA62X project. It has been updated once again. Now, it was updated back on the 13th, but I don't think I've said anything about it yet. Here is a list of the changelog that is included in the most recent updates since the 13th. As you can see, he's working very, very hard on it. There's been a lot of developments to it. It's absolutely just an enjoyable aircraft, and it's getting better and better with each release of the add-on. So if you like the DA62, I highly recommend grabbing this project. It is a incredible addition to our flight sim experience. Finally, last on our list for today is the ability to adjust your aircraft position and heading on the ground. Now, I had seen this mod this morning and gave it a shot, and ironically enough, I ran into this 2 days ago where there was an aircraft in front of me, or there was an aircraft on top of me, actually, is what was going on at one of the gates. So this is kind of a neat tool. It allows you to connect to the simulator and you simply move your aircraft to a better position. So just something that I thought I would share with you guys. The situation does come up, and it's nice to have little tools just in case you run into the same scenario. Well, as always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content, and there will be plenty more to come. I'm super excited about VR. I'm super excited about the changes to the A320 by fly-by-wire and much, much more. I think 2021 is going to be a great year for the flight simulator, and I'm absolutely looking forward to everything that's going to be coming our way. As new news comes our way, I'll be sharing it with you guys. So until then, folks, take care, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.